Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie,
It's 5 Sip Friday.
and I'm standing in a hole.
All right, 5 Sip Friday is our weekly series where we try a sample that was sent to us from a Patreon supporter. Could be Irish, Scotch, Japanese. It's been bourbon or rye every single time so far.
No complaints.
No complaints. We've been
Yeah.
enjoying ourselves very much. Great samples all around, but basically we take 5 sips, try to guess what it is, we say whether or not we like it, and then it is revealed to us so we know what we've been drinking this whole time. It's just a way for us to test our palates and see what we've been learning and if we've been growing at all as whiskey drinkers. So today's sample comes to us from our West Coast brethren,
Yeah.
Whiskey Wimps.
Thanks, Whiskey Wimps.
Thank you, Whiskey Wimps. If you haven't been watching their channel, you should. Sometimes there's chickens on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love chickens.
They film outside. Their lighting's a lot better than ours, so is the sound. So cheers, Whiskey Wimps. Let's get to this sample. We're really excited to try this. And we're going to check out the nose first, then we'll do our 5 sips. Well, this is very sweet. Doesn't smell too hot. I would say maybe just off the jump. I'm thinking just over 100 proof.
Oh,
Somewhere
you're going
in
in
that
proof
neighborhood.
already.
I just like to guess whenever I've put my nose in a glass. A couple things that could make this a very tricky tasting for us. Here we are, high above Annie's Canyon. You can see the smoke coming in from the wildfires all around. That's a little tricky. Also, Julie dragged me around Crater Lake National Park on a 12-mile run today. Exhausted. I just want to sip this and then fall asleep immediately.
I'm getting a little floral in this.
There's a floral sweetness. I would totally agree. A hint of like a potpourri,
Yeah.
but there's also caramel, brown sugar, oak.
Sometimes when it's finished, I
Yeah.
get this this nose. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers. Thank you,
Cheers.
Whiskey Wimps.
Thanks, Whiskey Wimps. Ooh.
I was wrong on proof.
Ooh, she's a spicy gal.
Yes.
Ooh. I bet you she's 122. But she is good.
Yeah,
Dang,
that's
this
very
is
tasty.
yummy.
First whiskey of the day,
Almost
by the
bubble
way.
gum. I got a little bubble gum on that.
Ooh,
Ooh, I like this.
ooh.
It is. It's pretty nice and warm. Yeah, first whiskey of the day. We
I'm
just
gonna-
had a Snickers ice cream bar, so that should pair well.
Absolutely delicious, by
Yeah.
the way. We should do a tasting for a Snickers ice cream bar sometimes. I think that that's something we could pull off.
I'm gonna say that I wish mouthwash tasted like this.
Whiskey mouthwash?
Yeah, I mean it's got a really nice lingering freshness in my mouth.
It is fresh. It is minty. There's something here that makes me think that this is a rye, but
I'm going bourbon all the way.
I thought bourbon when I first smelled it.
She's warm.
It is warm. It's really interesting. It's good, whatever it is. Let's get to sip 2.
Yeah. There's a beautiful like strawberry, but like just in season strawberry. Like it's like juicy and delicious. Gosh, I'm getting seriously like a pink bubblegum flavor on this
Yeah,
one.
there's red fruit there, like you were saying. There's a tiny oak bitterness that makes me think that this is very well aged. Whatever it is, it's been around for a while.
Yummy.
It's definitely finished, in my opinion. I do think it's bourbon, but it might be a mix of bourbons and ryes. I think that it
It's
would
like
be
a boo rye.
Yeah, maybe because there's so much white pepper and mint on the back end. It makes me think that there's no way that this doesn't have rye grain in it, whatever it is. So I think there's a nice dose of rye there. Sip 3.
Keeping with my hygiene here, it got a little mint on that,
Yeah.
which would kind of point to maybe there is a little rye spice in there.
Yeah.
I was not thinking this was going to be a rye at all.
Does Barrel do a finished rye? They do make a rye. Do they make a finished
Are
rye?
you asking
Because I
me?
would be insistent that this is finished. I'm not sure what it's finished in though.
Yummy.
It could be one of those that's blended with like like we had last week. That it's blended from things that are finished in multiple types of casks.
Yeah.
There's something very, very minty here. It's hot. Your 122 guess is, I think, right on.
I was
Maybe it's
gonna-
because it's that first whiskey of the day thing, but this
Yeah.
is real warm.
I was actually going to come down to like a 118, but man, she was like parked in there.
Yeah, totally.
I'm going for fourth sip.
Let's go for it.
It can't be barrel, because otherwise I'm going to give these up, because then we're 0 for 3 on barrel. I mean, unless you pick it, but man, I'm trying to remember. I know we did a review not too long ago, but Where I said something tasted like bubblegum, and now I want to know what that
It
was.
could be something well-aged like a Barton product. Sometimes I get bubblegum on Barton products.
It's delicious.
Yeah. And Barton
Ooh.
has a lot of well-aged whiskeys.
I
That's a
actually,
possibility.
I actually like the Barton reference. I've only had one of them.
It is interesting. The only well-aged Barton that I'm even remotely familiar with is the birthday bottle that you bought for me, Calumet Farms 15, not finished. We haven't even opened it yet, but
What about like that? We haven't had it, but you know, I'm all here for wild guesses. So what about the Discovery series?
this could be a Bardstown something or other.
I like the guess because it has a bit of Buffalo Traceness to it.
Yeah, I mean the Bardstown is Kentucky whiskey, sometimes finished. Oh man,
But-
this could go all over the
Actually,
place.
but I think this is better. I mean, this is really good.
It's really good. It's really spicy. And it's got a high dose of rye. It's either a finished rye. I'm starting to lean more toward finished rye. Could still be a bourbon because it's got that inherent sweetness. Here we go. Sip 5, is that right?
Ooh,
Ooh,
I
the
am
spice
getting.
went right at my nose.
I was gonna
that time.
say that last sip was spicier. Shoot, I was like all in. Like, there's no way this is a rye, but there's some nice rye spices in there. I'm just getting a little dill now. That
Yeah.
mint is coming through.
I'm leaning
I still
heavily
get that
toward a rye.
bubblegum though.
And I got that bitter oak again, which keeps telling me that this is a well-aged whiskey. Or maybe it's not at all. Maybe it's the other direction. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute.
Just sitting with it and breathing it, it's all the pepper, all the mint, caramel, vanilla.
I want to take
But
my
there's-
last sip, but I know I can't.
There's a ton of fruit here. Really interesting. This one is difficult. I honestly have no idea.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. Go ahead.
So thanks, Whiskey Wimps. It's delicious.
Cheers.
I am, even though this has a lot of rye spice in it, I still think it's a bourbon. I don't know. I've never had this, I think. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
with that Bardstown Discovery series. I don't know why. I just think that's a fun guess.
And I am racking my brain trying to think of what could be a hyper well-aged rye whiskey that's finished in some sort of candy sweet barreling, and I am coming up completely empty. So I'm gonna guess that it's a finished rye in the neighborhood of 120 proof. I'm gonna say 120.
I was going to say I forgot proof. I started with 122. I went down to 118. I think I'm going to stick with that 118. Should we find out?
It is time to find out exactly what it is, and I've got an envelope this time around.
It's well sealed.
The smoke isn't helping.
Are you ready to find out?
Oh no. Oh no. There goes all credibility out the window. We're done for. That's BTAC. You were right on your Buffalo Trace now.
Oh, yay!
This is crazy, you guys.
So she was a hot lady, and we were both wrong on the proof. It is William LaRue Weller 2019, 128 proof, our first BTAC.
I haven't had a William LaRue Weller in close to 10 years. And
It's
that,
very exciting.
It's
No
well-aged,
wonder it
it's
was so
delicious.
delicious.
do you get wheat around this?
She's just beautiful.
And it's so candy sweet. How can it not be a finished whiskey? This is crazy.
No wonder everyone wants them.
We tried back in Chicago like 10 years ago. We got to try a sample of this.
She smells good too.
It's beautiful whiskey. Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Thanks, Whiskey Wimps.
How can that be so candy sweet? It's delicious.
I love it.
Well,
Can I have more of this?
we actually have more of it. Whiskey Wimps actually sent us a second bottle of it because
Oh,
they're so
baby.
terrific. Wow, we absolutely, well, you know, pick your phrase, but for better or worse, we failed here really, really hard.
Well, we haven't had it, so there's no failing there.
Um,
It's good to lose once in a while. If you recall, I just got one right.
oh, I recall. I recall. Well, this is crazy. This is, the candy sweetness on this is unlike any straight up bourbon I've ever had. So that is awesome. 128 proof, William LaRue Weller. Thank you again to Whiskey Wimps. This is absolutely delicious. Can't wait to get back to that other little sample bottle.
Totally. It's waiting for us.
Well, join us on Patreon, exclusive live streams, bonus content, merchandise, and more. Check us out on Instagram at The Bourbon Band. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. If you had the Weller, at least the William LaRue Weller, any year, let us know. What do you
Yeah.
think of it? What's your favorite year? And from wherever we are,
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Dang.
that mouth feels ridiculous.
Thanks, Whiskey Wimps.